Hello my lovelies, it's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to kind of follow on from my last video, which was some tips on overcoming your anxiety or panic attack, and also a previous video to that, which was my experience with anxiety. So if you haven't checked those two videos out, please do. But yeah, this is kind of another element of that, which is learning how to kind of manage your anxiety on a day-to-day basis. So I have overcome my anxiety and I still feel anxious, but that's a human feeling, that's a human reaction, so that's always going to be there. But I don't suffer with anxiety anymore. So I always get asked, how did I learn to overcome it and how did I manage it? So definitely you can't overcome it without learning how to manage it first. And today I just want to give you some little tips on how I did that, how did I learn to manage just on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, these are just some tips and suggestions that I have based on things that worked for me or that I've heard worked for other people. These are not going to work for everyone, and obviously I'm no expert. These are just, it's just based on my experience and then what I've told other people and it has helped them, or what I've heard from other people that has worked for them. So I know like meditation is an amazing skill, and if you can do it, it can just be so effective. But I think it's a hard thing for people to do. I think it's a really hard thing to do when you're not able to switch off your mind yet and not able to just get in that state where you're only focusing on the guided meditation or only focusing on being in that state. So I'm not going to talk about that, but it is there and it is beneficial, and if you can do it, great, give it a go. I'm only learning how to kind of properly do it now, but definitely when I was going through my anxiety, like it didn't work for me. So these are just maybe some other things that worked for me and worked for other people. So kind of in the same family as meditation is being mindful. Being mindful really helped me. I got a little book on it which helped me understand it that little bit more. But I think the main thing with learning to manage your anxiety on a day-to-day basis is being able to come out of that headspace that you're in. Anxiety, in my opinion, forms from your head, from your mind and the way you're thinking. So it's usually about worrying about situations that either haven't happened or have happened, or could happen, and just panicking yourself by them. So if you're able to try and control that, you're definitely on your path to managing your anxiety. And as I said, these are just different things that can help that. So being mindful is one. So my anxiety was really caused by worrying about something that I had done in the past, or worrying about something that could potentially happen in the future. Usually didn't come true, but we all know. But yeah, it was worrying about something that could possibly happen in the future. So being mindful is about really, in my opinion, is really about being present in what's happening at that moment in time. So I learned how to just, if I was washing my teeth, I was only focusing on washing my teeth. If I was doing my makeup, I was only focused on doing my makeup. It did take me a while to get to this point. None of these things is going to happen, like it's going to work overnight. It's just about you really focusing on making it happen. So I used to find, like, when I did start doing it, let's say for example I was doing my makeup, and if I found my mind going wandering, I would genuinely speak out loud and say, oh, so what eyeshadow are we going to use today? And like just bring the focus back to what we were doing, or what I was doing. I think that's really important, and like especially when you're in a bed, like who's hearing you talk out loud by yourself? So just do it though. If it might seem strange, but do just try and bring yourself back around. When as soon as you feel your mind kind of wandering off, bring it back straight away. So whether that's saying it in your head or physically, or saying it out loud, whatever works for you. So being mindful really helped me, and I think it's just a great thing to be able to do in general. So even if you are watching this and you don't necessarily suffer from anxiety, do try this, because we all are culprits of dwelling on the past or worrying too much about the future. So this can just bring a new perspective to life. Another thing that I I can't personally say I got into, and I'm not really sure why, because it's completely up my street, so I'm not sure why I didn't properly get into it, but is the colouring books, the adult colouring books. They are really, really great, and I know they've worked for so many people. Again, it's just that thing of being able to escape your mind. So instead of worrying about what's going on in your brain, you're focusing on the picture that you're colouring, and you can get some like really, really nice illustrations and really nice pens that you can colour with. But yeah, that can really, really help. As I said, I'm not sure, I have a couple here and I don't know why I never really got into it, because it's definitely something that I would like, but it didn't really work for me that well, and that's fine. Maybe if I did it now it would help. But yeah, do give it a try. The next thing really, really worked for me, and that is ensuring that you keep up with your hobbies. So I was a dancer, and I danced for my whole life, like as far as I can remember I danced. So that was a big part for me, and it helped me not only with my anxiety but also with when I lost my mom. It helped me with that. I just threw myself into my dancing, and it was just so nice being able to close the door and put the music up loud and dance around. I was lucky that I had a studio to do that in, but even your bedroom, your kitchen, your sitting room, wherever it is, once you just close the door, turn the music on and dance around the place. And I'm not saying you need to be a professional dancer. Like, I know so many people who never took a dance class a day in their life, but they love this, and it's just a freeing movement. And as I said, that really did help me, because say for that hour that I went into the studio, I was completely free and wasn't thinking about anything else except for what song was playing and what way my body was moving. What I will say with this is, when I was suffering really, really badly with my anxiety, so when I was in, say, the worst state with my anxiety, I couldn't walk into a dance studio. And that's how I knew I was so bad, because the one thing that gave me so much joy and helped me escape and helped me through the toughest parts of my life, I now wasn't able to do, and that nearly killed me as much as the anxiety did. What I did in this situation was, don't get me wrong, I let that power kind of hold me back for a good while, but I eventually got to the point where I was like, I'm not letting this stop me anymore, not letting it stop me do from something I love. So I made myself go in, and sometimes I lasted half an hour, sometimes I lasted 5 minutes, sometimes I lasted an hour to 2 hours. It depended on how strong I was feeling that day, I suppose, or how much I allowed the music to kind of take over my body. So what I'll say to you is, I'm not talking about just dancing here, I'm kind of encapsulating like hobbies. So this could be running, this could be going to the gym, this could be drawing, this could be making videos, this could be camogie, whatever it is. It could be anything, whatever it is that you absolutely adore to do. Make sure you do it again if you are in a state where I was, where I'd get to the door of the studio and I just burst into tears. If you're at that point, I know what it's like to be there, and I'm sorry that you're going through that, but please, please, please give it a shot. As I said, even if it's for 5 minutes, if it's for 20 minutes, if it's for 45 minutes, whatever it is, just get back into it, because you slowly will get there where you can sit there and do it or go out and do it for ages, whatever it may be, but just get back into that hobby. It's just so good to be able to, if you go to the park and sit there and draw a tree or draw whatever it is that you see for an hour. If running is your thing, that you just put on your running gear and just head on out for half an hour, whatever it is that you want to do. And when you come back from that, you'll just feel so uplifted and so happy. And I'm not saying by the end of the evening your mind won't have come back, but at least for that couple of hours you were in a really good state, and the more and more you do it, the more this will help, and you will learn to manage it. And then you'll, like, as I said it a little while ago, like, I knew when I'd feel anxious, I'd go into the dance studio and I'd come out and I'd be feeling okay again. So you will, if you're at that point, amazing. If you're at the point where I said, where it's just upsetting to go and do it and you don't have the love anymore, work your way back up and you will get back there. 100% you'll get back there. Another thing that helped me like manage my anxiety was watching YouTube videos. I know this might work for everyone. It's just something, again, that worked for me. Maybe it's a program on Netflix or on the TV that you liked, but again, it's just about escaping your mind. And that was, I just stick on the YouTube video and I'd focus myself in on the video. As I was saying with being mindful earlier, if I did find myself drifting, I would just bring it back to what I was doing, or question myself on something to make sure that my brain was there and in the moment. That's just something that might work. I just thought I'd throw it in there. Journaling is really, really good, and it's something that you need to give a go. I think too many people try it for a couple of days, it doesn't work, and then that's it, they're not giving it a go, they're done. But do give it a go. Even if your journaling is doodling or writing 3 sentences and then doing the rest in designs in highlighter or colored pens or whatever it is, but just start that process of writing down your day. It could be writing down your day, it could be writing down a certain section of your day, it could be focusing in on something positive that happened that day, it could be writing down something that you would like to happen, whatever it is. Or it could even be writing down your, like, a memory of yours that you absolutely loved. Whatever it is, just write. Writing is the most powerful thing you can do, and I couldn't stress enough to you how much it can benefit you once you give it a go. And I think that's something as well to take for everything I've said, is just give it a go. These things aren't going to work overnight. Nothing is going to work overnight, but it's about persistence and the willingness and the openness to allowing it to work that will eventually make it work. So it's not gonna, it mightn't work straight away. You could feel the benefits of it for 3 months, and then next while you'll kind of have a crash again, and that's fine. I did that too. I was grand for nearly 9 months, and then I crashed again. Actually, I don't even think it was that long. I think it was like 4 or 5 months. I was good, and then I had a stumble, and that's fine. Everyone has stumbles, but once you pick yourself up and you know you can do it, that's the most important thing. And I think as well with managing your anxiety, like anxiety, it stems from your head. It's all in your head, and I don't mean that like it's all in your head. Nonsense. I mean like where the feeling of anxiety comes from. It comes from your head and from you thinking about situations that either happened in the past or happened or could happen in the future. It's overthinking, and I think that's just like the basics of it. Again, no expert, but that's just the basics of it, is just that overwhelming thinking going on in your brain. So if you can get yourself out of that, even for half an hour every day, and then build it and build it and build it, you are managing your anxiety and you are learning to overcome it. Because eventually you'll get to the point where you'll have an anxious thought and you'll know, okay, I'm feeling really anxious now, I can feel my anxiety bubbling, let me go on a run, and when I come back I'll be fine. Or if it's watching a YouTube video, I don't know, like any of the things I've just said, that you will get to the point where you'll know that anxious feeling is coming, and you'll just be able to say, no, I need a time out right now, let me go and do this. I know I'm at the point now that if I feel my anxiousness coming on, I'll just take a minute. I'll either, if I'm in work, I'll just go to the bathroom or just step outside, and I'll just take a minute just to breathe in and out and calm down. If I'm at home, I might just remove myself and go upstairs and watch a YouTube video or put on a Netflix program that I like. Reading also, sorry, no, I'm sidetracking again. Reading can help also because you get invested in the book, and that already goes back to the hobbies thing. that you get invested in the book and what's going on in the book. Sorry, that just popped into my head. But yeah, I think they're all the things I can definitely suggest and that will help. And I can say that they will, because they're taking you out of that mind space for however long it is, and eventually, as I said, that will build up and then you'll learn that that's your go-to kind of thing. So definitely it will help. If you have any other suggestions of things that work for you and that I haven't mentioned, please do let me know in the comments below and we can share them with everybody else. And as I said, these are just things that help me, so I hope they will help you too. But really be open to it and be willing to give it a try, and don't give up after a week or after just a few days. Really give it some time to work and want it to work. Wanting it to work is really half the battle. Don't go in with all walls up, guns blazing. It's not going to work. Then I can just tell you that now. Don't waste your time, but be open to it and be willing, and I promise you, you will get there and it can be achieved, no problem at all. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope it was helpful. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or subscribe below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.